This is Lepaine McHenry, and she's going to have to introduce herself.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm so excited to see this crowd here. As I was preparing before I left work to come here, I was browsing the internet and looking at all the tea parties that are occurring across the United States today. So I'm really proud that we have an excellent group here. So give yourself a round of applause. When Lori asked me to speak today, I was thinking about the purpose of this tea party, and that is to unite Arkansas. And I thought, you know, I need to go back and just review the Declaration of Independence. I think that'd be a good thing to be worthy to do before I spoke today. So I want to read a portion of that to you. You may have already heard it today, but I want to focus on one particular aspect because I think it sums up as to why each one of you are here today. And this is how it reads: that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. And I think that's why each one of you all are here today. Well, the question might be, how do we go about doing this? Well, as I look out among this crowd of individuals here today, I think, first of all, you've already gotten involved. So you're here today, and that's a good thing. But you know what? We need to be informed. It's amazing the number of people that are not informed about the issues that we're facing today and the tragedies that are occurring across our country. We need to get informed. We need to get involved. We need to get involved in these grassroots efforts like you see that are going on today. We need to be volunteering in political activities. Hey, we've got plenty of public people here that should be running for office. Why don't we have more people that believe the way we do running for office? You know, another thing that we need to do is that we need to get involved with our legislators. Now, of course, at this point, there's nothing we can do. They're in Little Rock, they're in Washington, D.C. When I say nothing we can do, I mean they're already in office, so we're going to have to do something in order to impact those individuals. You know, we need to be educating our legislators, developing some type of rapport with them where they see us as a resource. And let me just give you an example of that. Over the last year, I have been meeting with our legislators that represent us here in Fayetteville, in Little Rock, on the issues that are important to me. So you know what happened when the session started in January? I started getting emails asking me, what are your thoughts on this particular bill? Now that's what we need to be having. We need them asking us, what are your thoughts about this bill? Because the only way we're going to be able to impact and affect change is that we need to be informed, and our opinion needs to be valued. And the only way that's going to happen is that we're going to have to get on the ball, get involved, and be informed. The other thing is we need to exercise our First Amendment of freedom of speech. Yes. In other words, we need to be the people that are in Little Rock testifying. We need to be the people that are ensuring that they hear what we think. And let me just tell you about my first experience testifying down in Little Rock. I actually drove down to Little Rock early that morning. The Public Health Committee was meeting actually at 9 o'clock. So as you know, I got up before daybreak, rushing down to Little Rock. And of course, when I got there, if you know anything about the process, you sign in and basically first come, first serve. Well, I was pretty low on the totem pole because I walked in right about 9 o'clock. However, I had an individual there in Little Rock that I had been working with on this particular issue that she was the second person there. So she said, hey, I'm going to remove my name, put your name in, and then I'll take your spot. I said, okay, good deal. So this particular bill that I was actually testifying against had already, of course, made it to the committee. We actually had a full committee there that day, and that was kind of great because that's not always the case. But they were actually all present. And so when I had an opportunity to testify, basically I gave all the reasons why as we did not need this to be made law. And what I did was I gave all the facts, and I gave all the statistics, and I gave rationale as the detriment if it were to go into effect. And of course, you know, the other side had already spoken first, and they had a very dramatic testimony, so I thought, how do I follow this? Well, after my testimony, I had one of the committee members to get up, pull me to the side, and this is what he said. He said, I've heard a lot of people testify before the legislature and the committee, but I have never seen anyone testify that had all of their facts down, they weren't emotional, they weren't acting outrage, and they gave us the facts and they informed us. He said, and I changed my mind. He said, I came in here deciding I was going to vote for that. He said, but I've decided I'm not. Guess what happened that day? It died in committee, and that's what we need to do. So what I want to do is I want to encourage us to be change agents, not obstacles. We need to work together. We need to focus on the things that we agree on, and we need to be able to work together on those areas and not be an obstacle, but be individuals that are change agents to bring about the outcomes that I'm assuming that every single one of us here want to accomplish. So thanks, and I appreciate the opportunity.